So we all kind of know that like high school, middle school, elementary school, it all just kind of sucks.
We're all in the same boat in regards to like feeling isolated and alone at times in our lives, especially when you're young.
For me, it was in school.
During high school.
During high school.
When I was in high school.
When I was in high school.
When I was in high school.
I actually dropped out of high school.
I went to Catholic school for basically most of my life.
When I was younger and in grade school.
When I was 15.
When I was 16.
When I was a child.
All throughout middle school, I kind of didn't have any friends.
So I was outcasted because I was black and because I wasn't black enough.
I was smaller than the rest of the kids and a little bit of a pansy, and I was bullied for that.
I was isolated for the most part.
I was kind of a bigger girl, so people never saw me.
I've spent all my adult life struggling to live with mental illness.
I actually turned to cutting myself.
I was being bullied. I kind of was the kid who'd never fit in. I was a geek.
I didn't play sports. I liked arts. I liked the theater.
When I was growing up, I hadn't figured out if I liked girls or boys. I had no clue yet.
When I came out of the closet, I was bullied a lot.
They just kind of were waiting for me to come out. When I did, they took away everything. They kicked me out of the house.
I didn't deserve what I was being put through.
I remember that day in the kitchen, my siblings screaming at my sister, "You're not gay, you're not gay." And my sister on the floor, sobbing. And now, her partner is best friends with every family baby. And we love her too. It gets better. It gets so much better.
It gets better.
It gets better.
In reality, you're not alone. People do support you. You just don't realize it because they're not saying it.
I am alive today in part because there have been people who cared for me in my worst times.
I care.
I care.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that I have friends that support me.
I care.
I care.
Look at yourself and realize that people tend to just pick on you because they can, and they don't see how amazing you are.
I felt so alone for so long, and then I started to get friends, and I started to realize like I wasn't alone, and I started to realize that people were there for me.
I've had times of trouble, times where I felt like there was nothing that I could do to make things better, and my life is good now.
The minute you begin to learn who you are and you begin to love yourself, it doesn't matter what anybody else says about you.
It's important for us to all understand how we deal with pain and to try to turn pain into something that we gain strength from, that's more positive.
Be who you want to be. Don't try to live how other people want you to live in your life.
I really think that people need to express who they are at all times and should never have to shield who they are, how they feel about themselves.
It's okay to be different. It's okay to be weird.
Love yourself.
You can do it.
Hold on.
Struggle sometimes can lead to achievements.
They say that you're going through something for a reason. Because you're going through it, you don't get stuck in it.
It's gonna feel a whole lot better when you know that there are people around who are a lot more accepting.
We care.
We care.
We care. Nothing feels better than being true with yourself, and when you're true with yourself and you're honest with yourself, people respect you so much more.
You are supported, and it may feel sometimes like you're not, but there are definitely many of us here who do support you.
I care.
I care.
I care.
Each and every one of you has a fabulous story, and each and every one of you has inherent worth. So I encourage you to be strong, look for what is good, look for those people who will support you and support what is good.
You need to surround yourself with love, and there is so much of it out in the world.
It gets better.
At one point or another, life gets hard for everyone, but we can't let that get in the way of our dreams and goals. With ambition and motivation, we can overcome any obstacle. It gets better.
So I'm here as a Christian, as a pastor, and as a bisexual man. There is a place for you. There are people who care. We care here at Sinclair. We care at the Office of Campus Ministry, and we're here to help people on all sides of the issue come together in understanding. For all of us, it gets better.
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 Love wins.